Right, so I'm just going to try and do a quick video. So it's a mokka 15 plate. We're doing the thermostat. So this is just a quick breakdown really. Okay, right, so what you have to do is first of all take off the two trays, this tray and this front tray. I believe these are 7mm bolts. These I think are 10mm bolts. So you need a 10 to 7 socket, and then obviously if you don't know how these work, you have to pick out the top bit, pull it out, and then it drops out. It's like a push pin. One there, one there. These screws on the corner. Okay, mine rounded off on this side because it's a flathead and it's very old and it hasn't been off before. But luckily I've got the other one out, so I can just rotate the whole. If you can only get one of them out, just rotate the whole thing to the back of the car. So that to do, and then driver's side, offside radiator is a plastic. There's a plastic hose, like a little straw that points downwards. You can see it's got like a funny end on it, so you can attach a hose to it to bleed the radiator, drain the radiator off. And then it's a plastic tap. You just turn it. It's a plastic tap on the front of it. You just turn it. It's facing the front of the car. So facing the front, there's a plastic tap here. You just turn that and it will drain the water out. While you're draining that, oh, it's starting to rain as usual. So while you're doing that, you're going to come up here. So your water's draining off. Disconnect your battery. I'm going to show you in reverse order this, okay? Because I'm obviously putting mine back together now. This is 1.7 CDTI engine. This is your thermostat housing here. Underneath, 2 bolts. Bit tricky to get out under here because you can't see much. This plastic switch thing here makes it really difficult to get the hose on and off. Sorry, I keep going in and out of focus here. It makes it really difficult to pull the hose this way, so you will have to, like the Haynes manual says, you will have to pinch this, and you will have to pinch that and remove the hose first. You can get it off by pulling the hose through if it's still connected, but you have to squeeze the hose so it's flat enough to get through this gap here. Okay, 2 12mm bolts. Don't know if you can see that. 2 12mm bolts, and that's the thermostat housing there. Now with mine, when I took mine off, the old gasket was this, and it's obviously the original thermostat, and it's fibrous, but it was like metal. So when I took it off, it was really tricky to get this off because it's sort of fused with the thermostat housing, which as you can see is like die cast. So I had to get sandpaper, as you can see, and sort of sand it and scrape it all off. So I got back to the metal again. It wasn't so bad on the engine side, it was more the thermostat housing that you might have to clean up. This is the filter that the gasket that they give you. So as you can see, it's wet because it's already been on, but it leaked. So I've had to go out today. Now when you buy the thermostat for the mokka, you'll get 3 of these. Okay, they're different sizes for different size housings. As you can see, the bolts aren't in the same sort of place, so you just have to find which one's right for your thermostat housing. This was mine, but it leaked instantly. So I've had to go out today and pick up this. So you can see a thermostat on the picture there, instant gasket. This is about £3.50 from Halfords. So I've just had to put this on now, but it's not very adhesive, so it doesn't stick very well to the metal for some reason. Even though I've cleaned it and dried it, it doesn't appear to be very sticky stuff, as you can see. And then because of the location of this, it's very tricky to align it without smearing it everywhere. So it's a bit of a fiddly job. Just put plenty on. Remember, around the bolts as well. So that's 12mm. Anyway, so what you're going to need is to put it all back together. So this is in reverse order. There's a push clip here, so the tray goes underneath it. There's the push clip here. one here holding all your cables, one here and one here. And you're going to need, for that, you're going to need a tool similar to this. Okay, so you can get underneath and just pop them out. Okay, so and then these bolts here, 3 bolts, these are 13mm bolts, them. So you'll need a 13 and a 12 for them. Traders comes out. Obviously when you're putting it back together, that goes back in. Your battery then goes on here. There's a metal bar that goes in here, goes across, and then bolts here, which is this bit here. So I'll show you this. So you can see that hooks in there, drops down, secures there, another 12mm bolt, and that holds the battery in. And then when you put it back together, obviously connect your positive first, 10mm, and the negative, which I've put back here, 10mm. These clips are a little bit funny as well. Oh, there's also the ECU, which I'm going to be putting on right now actually. So here's your ECU. It goes this way with the tag facing, and it slots into this and that. And then you just push it down like this, and then I can show you how these clips work. So you sort of put the back of the clip in first, twist it so it's square, okay, and then what you do is you push this. This can be really hard to do with one end. So let me just try and prop this up here. So what you need to do, don't know if you can see this, push it straight, push the grey lever over like so, green tab goes forward and locks it in place. Same with this side, twist it, make sure it's square, pull that lever down, green tab, lock it in place, and then you've got, I don't know if you did see me do that, but and then you've got these grey clips that just hold that one, and they're not normally this hard to get in. Right, because I'm using one end. So I'm just going to secure them like this. Now I broke my tab on here because mine was so old it wouldn't release, so I had to pull it back with a flathead screwdriver and force it a little bit, but that's that. Push that positive back there. Okay, let me just put this down while I do the battery bit. So I'm going to put my phone. Alright, so you can see, just jump forward, I've done the battery. That goes in there. Drops down into its little recess there. So I've just had to shunt the battery back a little bit just so that these tabs go into the plastic recess for them. And that's pretty much it. Like I say, there's a 12mm bolt that just holds that in now, and you're done, and then you just fill it up. I'm not sure how to bleed it yet. I've got to read about this. I think it might be self-bleeding, where you just sort of start it with the cap off. But that's pretty much it. Like I say, I ain't got to drain my system today because I did it yesterday and then the gasket failed. But I urge you not to use probably the paper ones that they give you, and use the silicone based one like that, or both, whatever you can really, because you don't want it leaking like mine's done. Although it's not a big job, it's just mainly getting your head around where the clips are and the bolts, but it's not that bad a job really. Just make sure I've got everything, and that's it. Hopefully this helps.